Hello and welcome to another video from Fantasy Football Scout. My name is David and today we are going to be looking at some key dates for the new FPL season. Now the first thing that fantasy managers obviously need to be aware of when we prepare for the new campaign is of course the new transfer window, which this year opens on Wednesday the 14th of June. Most pre-agreed international deals will go through on Saturday 1st of July. And players such as Pedro Porro and Hamid Traore will have their loan moves to Tottenham and Bournemouth made permanent on this date as well. A page will soon be set up on Fantasy Football Scout with all the confirmed deals and a look at what they might mean for FPL. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And don't forget that the transfer window does of course close after the season starts on Friday, September 1st. But the first big thing that you need to be aware of when preparing for the new season is the Premier League fixtures, which drop on Thursday the 15th of June at 9 AM British Summer Time. From the best opening runs to rotation pairs, we will be taking a comprehensive look at the fixture calendar in the opening weeks and beyond, and the season ticker will be ready for you to use and start planning your team from that date. And the next big date that you need for your diary is the day the FPL launches. But unfortunately, we don't know when that's going to be just yet. All we can do is have a look at when the game launched in previous seasons and have a bit of a guess. So in the 2016-17 season, it opened on the 19th of July, which was 25 days before the start of the season. The following year, it was the same month, but a week earlier, on the 12th of July, but that was 30 days before the start of the season. In 2018-19, it was the 5th of July, 36 days before the start of the season. 19-20, it was on the 27th of June, 43 days before the start of the season. In 2020-21, it was the 15th of August, 28 days before the start of the season. 21-22, it was 23rd of June, which was 51 days before the start of the season. And the most recent season just gone was the 5th of July, 31 days before the start of the season. Now, of course, the COVID pandemic has altered some of the start dates of some of these campaigns, so it's difficult to get too much of an accurate idea of exactly when it's going to be. But one trend that we can definitely observe is that in the most recent years, the earliest possible opportunity that Premier League have to launch the game, they will take it. So absolutely keep your eyes peeled for that. And one thing that will be useful for you when you are preparing for the new season is the Fantasy Football Scout pre-season page, which is one of my favorite things to use on the website, because what you can do is you can keep a track of all of the games that are being played by Premier League teams over the summer, tracking the minutes of all their different players, playing in which different position, and how often for. Now, one of the things that this is very, very useful for is identifying the starting budget players. It was this very spreadsheet that once discovered Aaron Wan-Bissaka at Crystal Palace. It's also the spreadsheet that discovered that man behind me, John Lundstrom. A couple of other dates for your diary then. There will be international fixtures before the start of the season, which will be worth keeping an eye on to see if there's any injuries, of course. Between the Thursday the 8th of June and Wednesday the 21st of June, there will be a variety of matches of this ilk involving tournament qualification, Nations Leagues matches and friendlies. And finally, just 1 week before the start of the season, we will have the Community Shield final taking place on August the 6th, which is always the match between the winner of the Premier League and the winner of the FA Cup, depending on who has won each of those two particular tournaments. That will be 1 week before the start of the season. The start date that we have for the season itself, the Premier League campaign that is the 12th of August, the Saturday. That may change. On Thursday the 15th of June, when we get those fixtures, we may well see that there's a Friday night game, as is often the case. Now, speaking of those Friday nights, on 11th of August this year, you guessed it, once again, there is yet another edition of Fantasy Football Fest. It's in the usual place at the usual time, and this year, there's some stand-up from Lloyd Griffith as well. There's still time to get your early bird tickets. They will be ending soon, so make sure that you get in and get your ticket while you can, as you prepare for the new Fantasy Premier League season.